Sometimes live performances don't go as planned. In this video, we'll look at 10 unbearable, awkward live performances.
And you just don't get any better.
Make sure to watch the video to the end, as you will be shocked by the last performance on this list. 10. Craig Nicholls. Late Show with David Letterman, 2002. By 2002, Nicholls had gained a reputation as an erratic performer. In August of that year, his band, The Vines, performed Get Free on Late Show with David Letterman. Things started getting really unhinged after the first chorus when he started rolling around the floor, soloing on the guitar in the wrong key. The performance ended with Nicholls smashing the drum kit while the drummer was still actively playing it. He then crawled on the floor, leaving the guitar in an endless mess of feedback.
Is he all right, Paul? Can't say for sure.
That must have been exactly the reactions of bewilderment and confusion of most of the TV audiences. That live performance resulted in one of the most memorable performances on the late night show. Nicholls later blamed some of his erratic behavior at the time on mental and physical exhaustion. He also detailed later in interviews that he had been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and had been struggling with it. 9. Justin Bieber, Believe Tour, 2012. Justin Bieber was in the middle of a dance number at the opening concert of his Believe Tour in 2012 when he suddenly turned around and vomited on stage. He had a rough time as he threw up twice. The first was the most visual. He returned to the delight of his fans. He apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I'm going to slow things down." A few songs later, he got sick again and ran off stage. When he returned, he explained to his concerned fans,
"Right now, this is really hard for me because I'm feeling really sick, but I want to say thank you to all my fans for making me feel so comfortable. You love me just the same."
Of course, the audience shouted yes. Bieber later blamed drinking too much milk before the show for his predicament. He tweeted, and ... milk was a bad choice. LOL. We can all agree he won't drink milk again before a live performance. 8. Nick Jonas, Academy of Country Music Awards, 2016. Nick Jonas performed at the Academy of Country Music Awards on April 3, 2016. He joined fellow musician Kelsey Ballerini on stage to assist her in her rendition of Peter Pan. Jonas took the duty of backing vocals and was doing perfectly well until a 17-second guitar solo landed at his feet. He fared well in the first few seconds, but it soon became clear that he had completely forgotten what he was meant to play. He later embraced the error and even joked about it on his social media page. He tweeted, "Just landed in London to all these videos from Sunday night's performance, ... So funny. Yes, I screwed up the solo thanks to a huge brain fart." Someone took the incident to another level by transcribing the mishap in case anyone wanted to repeat the performance. Jonas saw the transcription and tweeted about it saying, "We're all human, but whoever made this, truly genius." 7. Danny Worsnop, Studio 7, 2011. This occurred in March 2011 at Studio 7 in Seattle while the Asking Alexandria band was on their Reckless and Relentless tour. During their performance, Danny, the lead vocalist of the band, came out on stage, and it was obvious that he was intoxicated beyond redemption at the time. He was eventually removed from stage by crew members after staggering and rolling around drunk, barely being able to perform. Guitarist Ben Bruce asked the crowd, "Who here will support us in putting my best friend through rehab and making him better?" The band later released a statement saying, "Seattle, we will be coming back to play a free show for you. Sometimes being reckless and relentless gets you in the worst place of your life." 6. Selena Gomez, Jingle Ball, 2013. Things went all wrong for the lip-syncing Selena Gomez during her Jingle Ball performance in 2013. With her not being able to hear the backing music, she messed up her miming. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only unforgettable moment of that day. After the stage was plunged into darkness, Gomez audibly swore at the disastrous performance, not realizing people could still hear her because the mic had started working again. Five, Kanye West, Saturday Night Live, 2018. If you have been following Kanye West since the beginning of his career, you will be familiar with his life being surrounded by controversy and confusion. This was also the case for his performance in September 2018 during Saturday Night Live show. He was the guest performer on the 44th season premiere of the show. For his first performance of that night, Kanye stepped out on stage dressed as a giant bottle of Perrier performing I Love It with Lil Pump. Viewers, both home and live at the show, were baffled, with some calling Kanye's performance the worst musical performance they ever saw on the show. As if that wasn't enough, West later gave a pro-Trump speech while wearing an MAGA hat.
They laughing at me. You heard them, they scream at me. They bully me. They bullied me backstage. They said, don't go out there with that hat on.
That segment was ultimately cut from the broadcast at the end of the show. President Trump later tweeted in support of the rapper. He wrote, "Like many, I don't watch Saturday Night Live. Word is that Kanye West, who put on an MAGA hat after the show, despite being told no, was great." 4. Dragon Force, Graspop Metal Meeting 2006. The band performed at Graspop Metal Meeting in the summer of 2006 under the influence of alcohol. On top of that, they had many technical difficulties with their guitars, which at the time was the most standout feature in their music. The band also drop-tuned their instruments to E-flat tuning for the first time. Many of their fans described that performance as a total disaster and is even considered the band's worst performance. Before that performance, rumors circulated on the internet that the band faked their music in the studio and the guitar solos were sped up. So, that disastrous performance was enough to convince many fans that they couldn't play live. The gig earned them the nickname Studio Force, meaning they relied on production for their full sound and couldn't play their songs live. They did their best in restoring their image in subsequent performances. 3. Demi Lovato, iHeartRadio Theater, 2017. Though Demi Lovato has given us many melodious songs, she proved to us in October 2017 that she's still a human like us. She hit the stage at the iHeartRadio Theater in New York City to perform Stone Cold for her fans. What happened was so obvious to everyone that she responded by saying, "I don't know what to do." To motivate her to continue singing, her fans clapped and hollered. She continued singing some seconds later, and everything went well from there.
I don't know what to do.
2. Billie Joe Armstrong, iHeartRadio Music Festival, 2012. The annual iHeartRadio concert of 2012 seemed more like a soap opera than a music festival, thanks to Billie Joe's onstage meltdown at Las Vegas's MGM Grand Theater. On the first night of the 2-day festival that included sets by Usher, Rihanna, Lil Wayne, and Jason Aldean, it was Green Day's Outrage that made it a night to remember. Each artist was allotted a certain amount of time, but when Green Day's performance was cut to 20 minutes short to make time for Usher's set, Armstrong was not having it. A teleprompter showed the band had 1 minute left. When Armstrong realized his band had 1 minute left to play, he said,
"I've been around since fucking 1988. And you're gonna give me 1 fucking minute? You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
He then began smashing his guitar and finished by saying, God, love you all, we'll be back. Well, they didn't come back. And E reported that Armstrong was seen backstage laughing. The band later apologized and announced that Armstrong was heading for rehab. 1. Amy Winehouse, Belgrade Concert, 2011. The Belgrade concert of 2011 was due to kick off Amy Winehouse's 12-day Europe tour. She went on to disappoint more than 20,000 fans at the concert after she appeared drugged and drunk. For almost 90 minutes, Amy mumbled her way through parts of the songs. She sang a few strained notes before stumbling across the stage and at one point throwing her microphone to the floor. The crowd frequently booed her, though one lady was clearly heard trying to cheer her up, saying, "Come on, Amy, you can do this, Amy." There were rumors that her father, who doubled as her manager, forced her to perform the show even though she had been under strict instructions not to drink after finishing a course of alcohol rehabilitation in London. In fact, hotel staff on that European tour were ordered to remove alcohol from her room. So, how did she end up with drugs and alcohol? Sadly, some weeks later, Amy was found dead in her flat in Camden on the afternoon of Saturday, 23rd of July, 2011. She reportedly died of alcohol poisoning. She had 416 milligrams of alcohol per deciliter in her blood, enough to make her unconscious and depress her respiratory system. Those are some of the unbearably awkward live performances. Which of them shocked you the most? Do you know of other similar live performances? Let us know in the comment section below. Before watching our next video, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification. Thanks for watching our video.